There comes a point in life when you have to stop and ask yourself a simple question. Am I living the life I truly want? Maybe things did not go according to plan. Maybe you made choices you regret. Maybe you lost time, missed opportunities, or allowed fear and distractions to pull you away from your goals. But none of that means your story is finished. Your past is a chapter, not a life sentence. You cannot return to yesterday and change what happened. You cannot recover every lost opportunity or erase every mistake. But you can decide what happens next. And sometimes, one decision is enough to change the direction of your entire life. That decision is the decision to begin again. Not tomorrow. Not when everything becomes perfect. Today. Every morning gives you another opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more disciplined. You may not be able to control everything that happens around you, but you can control how you respond. You can choose responsibility instead of excuses. You can choose action instead of hesitation. You can choose growth instead of comfort. And those choices slowly create a different life. Real success is rarely mysterious. It is usually the result of ordinary actions repeated for a long time. Hard work, patience, discipline, learning, and consistency may not look exciting in the beginning, but they create results that eventually become impossible to ignore. If your life is not where you want it to be, do not spend all your energy blaming circumstances. Look within. Ask yourself, what can I change? What can I improve? What habit is holding me back? What decision have I been avoiding? These questions may be uncomfortable, but they can also become the beginning of transformation. You do not always need a completely different environment. Sometimes you need a different version of yourself, a stronger mindset, better habits, greater self-control, more patience, more courage. Your circumstances may influence your life, but your daily decisions shape the direction of it. Think of your life like a building. If the foundation is weak, decorating the outside will not solve the real problem. You have to strengthen what is underneath. Your foundation is your mindset, your values, your discipline, your habits, and the way you respond when things become difficult. Build those first. Everything else becomes easier to build afterward. Do not try to transform your entire life in one day. That is where many people become overwhelmed. They create huge plans, demand instant results, and then quit when progress feels slow. Instead, start small. Read a few pages every day. Exercise consistently. Wake up with a plan. Spend less time scrolling and more time learning. Write down your priorities. Finish what you start. Keep the promises you make to yourself. These actions may appear insignificant, but small actions become powerful when repeated. A single workout will not transform your body. A single book will not transform your mind. One productive day will not transform your career. But hundreds of disciplined days can completely change who you become. That is the power of consistency. Your future is being built quietly through the decisions you make today. Every choice is like a brick. One brick does not look like much, but brick by brick you can build something remarkable. The same is true with habits. Your habits are creating your future even when you are not thinking about it. If you repeatedly choose comfort, comfort becomes familiar. If you repeatedly choose discipline, discipline becomes natural. If you repeatedly choose learning, you become more capable. If you repeatedly choose responsibility, you become more dependable. Eventually, your habits become part of your identity. That is why you should stop waiting for motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline is what keeps you moving when motivation disappears. There will be mornings when you do not feel like getting up. There will be days when your progress feels invisible. There will be moments when quitting seems easier than continuing. Those moments matter, because growth is not only created on the days when everything feels easy. Growth is created when you continue despite resistance. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. If you fail, learn. If you make a mistake, correct it. If you fall behind, begin again. Never allow one bad day to become an excuse for giving up on your entire future. Your past may explain your current situation, but it does not have to control your destination. Forgive yourself for the things you cannot change. Take responsibility for what you can. Learn the lesson, then move forward. Imagine trying to drive while staring constantly at the rearview mirror. You need the mirror to understand what is behind you, but you cannot reach your destination if you never look ahead. Your past deserves reflection, not permanent residence. Look back long enough to learn, then turn your attention toward the road ahead. Your next chapter is still being written, and you are holding the pen. Another important part of rebuilding your life is becoming intentional with your time. Every person receives the same basic resource, time. The difference is how that time is used. Some people spend their days reacting to every notification, every distraction, and every problem. Others decide what matters and organize their days around it. You do not have to control every event in your life. You simply need to take control of what is within your reach. Control your attention. Control your habits. Control your effort. Control your response. Control what you repeatedly allow into your mind. Your attention is valuable. Do not give it away to everything that demands it. If you have a goal, protect time for it. If you want to learn something, practice it. If you want a healthier life, change your daily choices. If you want confidence, keep proving to yourself that you can trust your own commitments. Confidence is not created by simply telling yourself that you are capable. It grows when you repeatedly take action and keep your word to yourself. One completed promise becomes evidence. Another becomes confidence. Another becomes discipline. Eventually, you start seeing yourself differently. And when you change how you see yourself, your behavior begins to change as well. Do not compare your beginning to someone else's middle. Everyone has a different starting point. Someone may be ahead of you today, but that does not mean they will always be ahead. Your responsibility is not to become someone else. Your responsibility is to become a stronger version of yourself. Learn more, work harder, think more clearly, become more patient, develop useful skills, build character, take care of your body, protect your peace, surround yourself with people and ideas that encourage growth. And most importantly, keep going. There will be setbacks. There will be disappointment. There will be seasons when your effort seems to produce very little. That does not mean nothing is happening. A seed develops beneath the soil long before anyone sees the plant. Your progress can work the same way. You may be building knowledge, discipline, patience, and resilience long before the results become visible. Trust the process, but do not confuse patience with passivity. Keep working, keep learning, keep improving. One day, you may look back and realize that your life changed because of the small decisions nobody noticed. The mornings when you chose discipline, the evenings when you refused to quit, the days when you worked without applause, the moments when you chose progress over comfort. That is how a comeback is built. Not through one dramatic event, but through thousands of ordinary decisions. So if you are unhappy with where you are, do not surrender to hopelessness. Begin again. If you wasted time, use the time you still have wisely. If you failed, use the experience as education. If you lost confidence, rebuild it through action. If you developed unhealthy habits, replace them one at a time. If you lost direction, choose a destination and take the first step. You do not need to see the entire road. You only need enough courage to take the next step. Your life can change. But change requires participation. You have to get up. You have to take responsibility. You have to do the work. You have to continue when nobody is watching. And you have to believe that the person you are becoming is worth the effort. So start today. Choose one habit. Complete one important task. Learn one useful thing. Take one step towards your goal, then repeat it tomorrow and the day after that. Give yourself time to grow. Give your efforts time to compound. Give your future a chance. Because your greatest achievement may not be proving someone else wrong. It may be proving to yourself that you are capable of becoming more all along. The past is behind you. The future is ahead of you. And today is where the two meet. Wake up. Take responsibility. Build your habits. Strengthen your mind. Protect your time. Live with purpose. Keep moving. You are not required to have a perfect past to create a meaningful future. You simply need the courage to make a better decision today, then another tomorrow, and another the day after that. Begin again. Stay consistent. Keep becoming better. Your next chapter starts with the decision you make right now.